American Express has a new offer on one of their Marriott cards, giving you both free nights and points. An easy 75,000 mile offer on an American Airlines card. You want to make sure you stay around for that. And I've got a story today as it relates to giving your children money and when do they feel you're being fair or unfair giving more money to one than the other, and is it up to the elderly parents to then make that right later on? That and much more, including a couple of food deals at the end of the show. I'm Brandon Boyd with The Brandon Boyd Show. Thank you so much for watching. In these episodes that come out every Sunday evening, my goal is to catch you up on everything you may have missed regarding credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, and everything in between. The topics are on the screen. There's a timer down below and timestamps down in the description below. If you do find this video helpful or mildly entertaining, do not forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notifications for alerts, and keep in mind, if you're interested in any of the cards mentioned in today's video, or any card for that matter, make sure that you are applying using my referral link down in the description below, because that does greatly help support the channel. I can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about today, including another American Express card that's changing one of my favorite benefits. Oh, I absolutely hate this. At the second half of the year, it's going to be changing. I'm going to share that as well. We've got some stuff to cover. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. First things first, a little housekeeping. I do want to make sure that everyone's aware that the 100,000 point offer on the Sapphire Preferred card that I've mentioned the last couple of weeks should now reflect in referral offers. So if you're referring from a husband to a wife or vice versa, or just among friends or whatever, you should see that 100,000 referral offer now. So it was delayed. It takes a little bit for that to happen. So if you're interested in sharing that link with other people, it should reflect the 100,000 point offer. Make sure you're sending that link out to your friends. Of course, if you're not using mine, use mine first, right? 75,000 American Airlines miles? Yeah, it's pretty easy. And you know what? There's no annual fee required in this credit card sign-up bonus to get them. So right now you can earn 75,000 American Airlines Advantage miles after you spend $5,000 in purchases in the first 5 months when you open up the Citi Advantage Business World Elite MasterCard. Now, there is no annual fee for the first year. This is really important because the annual fee is typically $99 on this card. So no annual fee for the first year. A great opportunity for you to snag 75,000 miles. That's not too bad. And the min spend isn't bad either. It's a great combination. I highly recommend that you take advantage of this one. In fact, I applied for this one last week. I'll let you know the results on that very soon. The Bonvoy Boundless card has a new offer that's offering a combination of both free night certificates and points. So right now you can earn 3 free night awards, each of those night awards valued at up to 50,000 points, after spending only $3,000 in purchases within 3 months of account opening. Plus, you can earn 50,000 bonus points after spending $6,000 on eligible purchases within 6 months of opening the account. So you can see you can earn both free night certificates and points at this point. Now, it is important to note, some people do like the free night certificates because those are valued at up to 50,000 points per night. So that's certainly something to consider. But if you don't value the free night certificates as much and you want a combination of both, this is a really great opportunity to pick up a little bit of both. And again, the min spend on this is not too bad at all. It should be very feasible. Heck, groceries alone, if you just used it for that every month, you should be able to hit the sign-up bonus on this card. Let me know if you plan on taking advantage of this offer. And also, I'm just curious for my own sake, do you prefer points offers or do you like free night certificate offers? Because there seems to be a division amongst the viewers that watch these videos. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. For me personally, I love free night certificates, but I know that's not always the case with everyone else. Let me know what you think. I gotta share this. This is something that really ticks me off, and it's not really gonna apply to me because I'm gonna be canceling this card in about a month or so anyway, but the American Express Business Platinum card, it's already got a gigantic annual fee. We all know that, right? The annual fee is absolutely ridiculous, but they're actually changing one of the credits that made this somewhat easier to justify, and I'm not a big fan of this change. It's going into effect July 1st of this year. So I'm gonna quote this from American Express, quote, "Enrolled Business Platinum card members can get up to $150 in statement credits on U.S. purchases made directly with Dell, and an additional $1,000 statement credit after they spend $5,000 or more on those purchases from July 1st through December 31st, 2025, totaling up to $1,150 in Dell statement credits." All right, so the Dell statement credit, this is really interesting. I take advantage of this every 6 months. It was $200 every 6 months you could get a statement credit, and that was great. I could pick up some new headphones, I could pick up keyboards, batteries, mouse, whatever it is, you know, whatever you can find for Dell. Actually, they have a lot of really cool stuff there, including video games, but that's beside the point. So I really like this offer on the American Express Business Platinum card because I can get $200 worth of stuff every 6 months. Well, now it's going down to $150 per year. Per year, unless you spend a lot more money on Dell.com. So I'm not a big fan of this. What it does eliminate are the casual users of Dell like myself. It really forces you into spending a lot more money because they're giving you $1,150 in value in Dell if you spend a hell of a lot of money with Dell. Not a big fan of that at all. It really eliminates a category of people, I think, that took advantage of this credit that aren't going to be able to justify spending thousands of dollars on Dell in order to get that full credit. So I'm not a fan of this. Again, it goes into effect July 1st. Let me know what you think about this. It's a card I'm probably going to be canceling anyway, but I don't know. I'm not happy with it at all. You know, every week on the Weekly Pointers News Update, I like to share stories that relates to credit cards, money, and finance, and how those come together in personal relationships. And this one's really, really interesting. I'm going to read this from the perspective of one of two siblings that have elderly parents that are now retired. I'm going to read their post online word for word, and you are going to decide if they are in the right or in the wrong in this particular scenario. So you let me know what you think. I think this one's really, really interesting, so let's dive into it. All right, we're going to start here. My parents paid for my brother and mine degrees, but my brother went to med school and I just did an undergrad. I'm not sure of the exact number, but they gave at least $200,000 on top of his undergrad, and my undergrad was only $64,000. They promised that they would help me with my first house, and they did. They gave me $40,000 to match the $40,000 we had already saved for a down payment for our first house, and they gave us $10,000 for our wedding. But that's the extent of the help. My brother finished residency and is making $300,000 to $400,000 annually. My husband is having to retire from being a plumber at 44 because of a bad knee. He cannot get up after kneeling anymore. My oldest is 13 and we don't have anything saved for college because my husband and I didn't make much in the last couple of years. He would need time off to recover from knee surgery, and I only make $23 an hour. Both my sister-in-law and brother have professional jobs, and they can do those well into their 60s, and my husband is having to reskill into something that isn't physical, but he doesn't have any higher education. Right now, he is looking at becoming a housing inspector, which may take about a year to get his training hours, and I'm solely supporting our family, and we cannot keep up with the bills. My parents sold their house during the pandemic and now have an apartment in Atlanta, but they travel around all the time. I've asked them for help, but they said that retirement uses most of their savings and they will probably only have the apartment to pass on to us. I asked for an advance on my inheritance, but they refused, justifying it by saying they didn't know how much they would have left. I told them about our situation and they said they cannot help us. My parents are 66 and 67 and they could still work, and they are spending a lot of money traveling when we are struggling. I argued my brother got a lot more help than we did, and the down payment doesn't in any way cover the extreme amount of money they spent toward my brother. They argued they encouraged me to do a master's and they would have paid for it, but I didn't, and it's too late to expect more. I'm quite pissed because would be in a different place if they had really made things equal between my brother and I. But am I the jerk for expecting my parents to help me since they had helped my brother so much more in the past? Whoa, this is really interesting. And I tell you, when you treat one sibling different than the other, it does cause conflict. That's an issue, right? But in this particular case, I think it's pretty cut and dry. It seemed like the parents gave the same offer to both kids. They said, hey, we'll pay for your entire college education. Do whatever you want to. It's your choice, and we will absolutely pay for it. And in one case, one only got an undergrad degree, and there's nothing wrong with that. I have an undergrad degree. I didn't go to professional school or anything like that, so nothing wrong with that. But the other one chose, hey, if they're paying for all this, why don't I take advantage and just go full bore into something that's professional that's going to make a lot of money? Two different paths, two completely different paths. And in that case, I don't blame the parents for that at all. It's a matter of choice amongst the siblings. So I don't think that has anything to do with anything. They had the option of getting the master's degree or a higher education like their parents mentioned in this particular scenario. Now, when it comes to helping out with a house, they got a jump start on their house, a jump start on their education, a jump start on paying for their wedding. I don't know how much more of a head start you can possibly get in life than this. In this case, this child should not be asking their parents for more money. They should be kissing their feet and thanking their lucky stars that they got such an awesome head start from an awesome set of parents. Now, on the other hand, some people will say, well, shouldn't the parents leave money for the children for their inheritance? Maybe some people may think that way, but it's up to the individual retirees to decide how they want to spend their money. If they had saved their entire life to go traveling like they were doing in this case, have at it. If they want to save their money and give it to charity or give it to their children or whomever, they can do that too. it's their money. So it's not their child's money to decide. Some of you are gonna look at this and say they should save money and leave an inheritance, but that's not always the case for everybody. And you can't make decisions for other people's money that's not yours. But I'm curious, if you were in this scenario, let's say that you were the child, first of all, that's in a bad situation, would you ask your parents for money? And put yourself in the shoes of the parents that have already helped the children so many times before. How would you feel if your child came to you and said, I need more money, I'm having a hard time, but you're right in the middle of retirement. You may be on a cruise ship when they call you to get this question. A lot of stuff to consider here. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Let me know if you've been in this scenario or if you have any thoughts on this in the comments. You know, I always like to end these Sunday shows on a really good food deal. This week I've got two for you, one pizza deal and one burger deal. Not bad. So here's an easy one. Right now, Pizza Hut, you can get a buy one, get one free large one topping pizza. All you have to do is use the Pizza Hut app and use the promo code FREEPIZZA. That one's pretty easy. On the other hand, if you're looking for a burger, you can get a free Burger King Whopper Jr. with a $1 purchase, and this is for their Royal Perks members. All you have to do is use the promo code SCORE that's in the offer section of their app, and you'll be able to get that free Whopper Jr. with a minimum $1 purchase. Hey, free food may not be the healthiest in this scenario, but free is free. Well, this has been a really fun episode. We've talked about a lot of different topics, right? We've talked about elevated card offers. We've talked about credit changes with the Dell Credit and the American Express Business Platinum Card. I absolutely hate that. Make sure that you're taking advantage of that Sapphire Preferred referral link, because those are showing 100,000 points now as well. And let me know what you think about the story about the child that's asking the elderly parents for money. I don't like this at all. I think it's a total disaster, especially when they got such a big head start. But maybe I'm wrong. You let me know. I'm more than willing to accept when I'm wrong. I think I was wrong once in life. I'm kidding, it's been way more than that. Keep in mind, if you're interested in any of the cards mentioned in today's video, or any card for that matter, make sure you apply using my referral link in the description below. And when you do that, it does help support the channel. Can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. If you found this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for alerts, and when you click on the Brandon Boyd Show, click, you are gonna get the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, free pizza and cheeseburgers, and everything in between. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. We'll see you soon.